Oh, and we're blurry. We started off blurry. But it's
What's all right? We'll get through it, my friends.
You know what? We can hear you, and that's the important part.
You just,
Yeah,
I think your song was so heavy that you just knocked the focus right out of the camera.
Possibly, yeah.
Or is it that over the camera there is a layer of slug crust over the camera, like
It possibly could be.
Yeah, see,
At point.
yeah. I'm funny. I'm not.
She is. No, she is. Everybody, welcome to the program from Slugcrust and practitioners of deep fried southern grind. This is Jesse on the left, Derick on the right. My friends, welcome to Pulse of the Maggots. Congratulations on releasing your debut album. How the fuck are you guys doing today?
We're doing good. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, feeling real good.
Yep, we just got back from a long weekend, so it's nice to be home, you know.
Yeah, pray tell. I imagine that I saw that there were some shows about y'all playing some tunes. Do you care to tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. So we just got done. We played Full Terror Assault and we stayed for 3 days and did some camping while we were there. And you know, we played on Saturday. You know, before that we did runs throughout the all the way up to Ohio, and a few dates all leading up toward that, just like a road to Full Terror Assault, which was really fun. We got to see a lot of old friends, make new friends, and just rock out, man.
Fuck yeah.
It was wild. It was pretty nuts. I don't know if you guys have heard much about Full Terror Assault, but it's just like this middle of the woods festival. It's hard to explain until you go. I mean, it's the biggest like summer camp feeling thing I've ever went to. It's just like nothing but metal vests and old dudes that are like rocking out harder than you've ever seen. Young dudes too, but the amount of like dudes that are like 50, 60 that are there just like throwing down for 3 days straight is awesome. You know what I mean?
It's like a salt of the earth utopia, really.
Yeah.
Corey, I think that's what's going to be in your future in like 50 years when you reach that age.
Oh yeah.
Well, John, I'm already 900 years old. We've established this,
Again,
but yes, for sure. I mean, Full Terror Assault, I have never actually gone. I have clients that have gone and performed there, but I mean, it's one I need to go to really, really, really bad.
It's definitely
we recommend
fun.
it.
Yeah.
Because it just sounds so grimy and amazing.
It really is.
Yes.
Lots of in the middle of the woods festival starting to pop up. I know, what is it? Fire in the Mountains is another one up in Wisconsin.
Fire in the Mountains is lovely.
Yeah. I know it's probably a different vibe and everything like that, but hey, going camping in the woods for a little bit and just listening to some disgusting heavy music, that sounds like a perfect time for me.
Yeah. No,
here's the question though: should I be trusted in the woods where there's all those places to hide all those bodies, John?
I mean, they've got security or something. Right?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a little scary now that you said that.
Jesse and Derick are like backing away slowly, like
there's no cell service there either.
There's no cell phones. Oh dear God.
Corey's just like yes, excellent.
Yes. No.
But yeah, I wanted to start things off by, so this is, you guys have been quite busy in 2022. 2 EPs, a single, and a debut album as well. I'm just curious, Derick, I know that you knew Brett from playing in Worm together, but I'm curious how how Slugcrust got started and what the intent behind the project was.
So me and Brett were continuing Worm for a little bit. We it was kind of going down like a sour route with past members, things like that. It just wasn't like feeling right anymore, and we got Jesse to kind of be the new vocalist for a little bit. Still didn't work out. It just felt like we wanted to do something different, and the new stuff we wrote like had a lot more like punk influence and was like kind of stuff I used to listen to as I was younger that we like put into it, you know. So we just decided one day we're gonna do a whole new thing. So that's kind of how it started. Is we just wanted to do a whole new project with that, and I had like some stuff written and just like went all in with that, and then we just like went in and wrote a whole second EP and finished that album. We kind of ended up turning into quite a bit very quickly, but that's pretty much how it started. But yeah, Jesse is an old friend of ours, but more so an old friend of our drummer Brett's. They went to school together, and then our bass player Stacy is an old friend of mine, and we went to high school together. So just kind of like 2 groups of friends were like, hey, you want to do this thing, you know? So wasn't really hard to get together and make it work.
Yeah, so you just preempted two of my questions that I had, which was does the familiarity breed like a good working relationship and stuff like that, which obviously it seems like it does. But then also about the amount of songs that you guys, because you mentioned that you had some stuff written, but so basically this whole entire year y'all have just been like playing together and writing, it seems like.
Yeah, way more writing than shows, but I mean we've still been like doing as many as we can, you know, but just starting off like this, we're trying to just get as much of the music that we already have like in our heads and like what we've been working with out first, and then like book more. But yeah, we've still been trying to go as hard as we can with shows, and we did a little run with Noel earlier this year.
Love
and
that
then
band.
they're so good. And then obviously this little run to FTA, and we've done like a couple little weekenders in between and a couple shows with some really sick bands. So it's been a sweet little start to it all, you know. But yeah, we kind of definitely jumped straight in head first. So.
Yeah, definitely. I think we did those EPs and put in all the work to even have the System of a Down cover, just so there would be more of a picture to paint around Ecocide when the album came out. You know, just more content and more. So when folks saw the album, they would be able to do a deeper dive, given that experience.
Yeah, that's just a song I've wanted to cover since it came out.
Yeah.
So finally, I like forced them to do it for me. I was like, come on.
Corey knows this, but Toxicity was my like gateway album. Like that is the album that got me into heavy music.
I mean, I would say it probably kind of was for me as well.
Yeah, and I don't know why until like I heard your guys' cover that I was like, yeah, it could be a perfect grind song. Like you don't hear it.
Yeah, we didn't really change anything. That's the I mean, except he yelled a little bit harder. But I mean, even if you listen to their version, it's probably heavier than ours still. Like that song is just. It's a grind song.
It is.
Yeah.
Corey, please jump in. You can change the subject if you need to.
Oh no, it's still a bit on the foundational subject. So I'm not going completely off the rails yet. We were talking about it a little bit in the green room, and I did want to talk about it a little bit more in depth in the interview. I want to know the inspiration and the story behind your guys' name. I know we touched on it a bit in the green room, but your name is fantastic. Why did you want to call yourself Slugcrust?
So yeah, it kind of just was like, for one, we wanted to do something with like a slug or just something gross, like
some invertebrate creature, earth dweller.
And then like obviously like we tried to like think of things like simple, and we couldn't think of anything like that was like short enough that wasn't like just too simple that like when you search it like has a million other things that pop up along with it. Do you know what I mean? So like we just started typing a bunch of other words with slug, and then crust ended up being one. It started off as crust slug, and like it just like didn't sound that good. We just kept saying, and then like we switched it and it sounded good, but I think because we said crust slug so long and that sounded so bad, they were like, I don't know if this is good either. But then we finally just went with it. And so far, like, that's what we get complimented on more than anything.
Yeah. And I think your Twitch name is also Crust Lord, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But yeah, so it kind of worked out. But yeah, everybody seems to like it. I don't know. People have came up with tons of theories. I don't know. They think it was like one gross one was somebody's like, oh, I've heard of this. It's the opposite of a snail trail, right? And I was like, oh. I guess so. I guess sure, bud.
No, yeah.
So that's a good FTA one, though. Yeah.
It was a good effortless like name conjuring, just like it wasn't like a chalkboard.
So people
are
going all over with some weird gross shit with it already. So
hey, that just expands your lore.
Yeah, that's all we wanted was just it to be nasty, really. So
yes, unappealing to the senses.
Unappealing to the senses. It's amazing how in metal, the more unappealing something is, and the more just terrible ways you can describe it, the better it is.
Yeah.
If you say something is vile, disgusting, horrendous, it's fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it works. I have no idea why, but it does. I mean, I do know why.
Yeah. But back onto the touring, because you guys have been, like John pointed out, you guys have been keeping busy, the small runs and everything that you guys have done. What has been your favorite moment so far that you've done, that you've experienced live? Either the craziest one or your favorite one?
I've got one that was just like so random, but it was so sick. Is we got to play like a venue we've always wanted to play, was 529 in Atlanta. And they just have always been known to have some of the best punk and underground grind, and all the big hitters have hit 529. So we're stoked to play there. We're like, cool, we finally get to play this venue. Well, after our set, it was an awesome show. It packed out. Like everybody's moshing. We're just like had the best time. Get off stage, I go to the back, and I'm just like, oh, cool. People are already posting videos. You see, you're getting tagged in them on your band page. So I looked through, and one of the people that tagged us said B.o.B with a check mark next to it, and I said, is that the rapper B.o.B? So I clicked on it, and sure enough, he was in the mosh pit screaming and like bouncing around, filming our set.
Nice.
And it was the best thing I've seen ever. Because I was like, I mean, everybody listened to that song in high school. So
yeah,
I've gotten old airplanes. So no, it was sick. And then we got to talk to him. He was awesome. They got merch, and I mean, they were so cool. Him and his wife were there, and they were awesome. He arguably moshed harder than anybody there. It was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool for me too.
Yeah, it's pretty boss.
Very random.
If I could stay on that topic actually a little bit, this is relevant because we last Monday we were talking with Escuela Grind, who I believe that y'all know. They're very good, very great people, and they're talking about, because this happens. I'm sure this is happening a lot everywhere, but the mix of rap and hardcore bills and everything like that. I went to a show, a Soul Glow show here in Nashville a little bit, and there was a local hardcore band and a local rapper opening before Soul Glow, and the whole vibe was great. And I think that y'all just touched on that bridge of the two worlds there, where people just want to go hard as fuck, whether it's through grind riffs or through like trap riffs or whatever, anything like that. And I think that's like so fucking cool.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Seriously, like I said, I was freaking out so hard the second I seen that check mark. I ran into the venue and it's like, where's he at? I like had my phone ready and everything. I like forced him to take a picture with me. You have to, you know what I mean? But he was like, he's realized who I was, and he was like, yo, we're crazy. It was cool. I was just like, how is this happening?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He came into the merch table while I was like busy after we were playing, and like lights are facing me. I can't see faces, so I missed that opportunity.
He didn't even realize who he was.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Atlanta's fucking wild, y'all.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Atlanta's nuts. We played a house show there, just on that lead up to FTA, and it was equally as nuts. So, in very different ways, but it was like a punk house. So it was just like mohawks and dust pits and fireworks shooting in the middle of them, and it was wild.
Reminds me of high school. Corey, do you have anything here, or do you mind if
you can switch gears, because it looks like you've got your little listy poo of questions there?
I always have my listy poo of questions, Corey. I'm an over-preparer, you know this. No, but actually, this one isn't even on the list. But y'all mentioned it at the onset, because Derick, you were saying that kind of the sound that y'all were going for with this one was a little bit more punk, more stuff that you were inspired that way. I'm curious on the inspirations of that and what your mindset is when you're sitting down to write, and how, and like everybody's input when it comes to what a Slugcrust song turns into.
Yeah, okay. So like for me, like a lot of that stuff started with like skate music when I was a kid, like music and videos, a lot of like, I don't know, like Casualties or like Deathside, or like just like really crusty but really fast D beat bands where like their D beats are almost like harder to do than some people's blasts are. You know what I mean? Like it's really just aggressive punk bands. And me and Brett obviously already played like a ton of grind, and like with a little bit of that influence, but not much. So like it was super easy just to tell Brett like, yo, because all right, so the way we write every song almost is Brett does it on drums. I let him go home and he just rips whatever he thinks, and he writes the sickest little skeletons of a song, and then all of a sudden he brings them to me, and then we record them, and then I just write riffs over that. I just like make it up, and then at the end we do vocals. So all I really had to do is just be like, yo, Brett, play some more D beats and do kind of what you already do. And Brett loves blasts, and Brett knows how to make groovy heavy parts, so he just writes really sick stuff with a lot of D beats and a lot of like punk inspired two steps and stuff like that now. And then I just write the riffs to follow, So,
yeah, it's the most seamless writing process I've ever been a part of. Like the drums, bones like build themselves out. Derick fleshes out the riffs. We get a little bass in there, and then a little facade with the vocals. So
it's been nice though. He helps a lot because he knows just how to skeleton a song out, and the way he plays is just like, I can record him. He almost just like writes the song off his head, and sometimes that ends up on the album. Like that might be the actual recording. So it's like, it's nice that he's got that together, and I can just create an entire like finished song off of it at times. So
it's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really interesting insight there, because like the first song that I heard from y'all was "Drag Me to Agony," and that one, you know, when the two steps get in on that one, it's building it from like the drums up, or having that groove inherently in the song. I think Corey is probably why we want to break so much shit when we listen to Slugcrust, is because you get that inherent groove, or whatever you want to call it, ready to go, and then you build around that. I think that's really fascinating.
Yeah, it's all Brett. I mean, without him, we'd be nothing. I mean, seriously, like, I think it wouldn't be what we are, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
It's a group effort.
Yeah. Well, no. Jesse, what about you when you're screaming into the microphone and shit like that? Like, what is on your mind, and what has influenced you as a singer, screamer, musician?
Well, I was, I mean, really just in the booth. I come into the, come prepared with just a lot of lyrics. I used to, when I didn't play, I've been playing in bands off and on since I was 16, ever since I even knew Brett in high school, playing in bands together, even Battle of the Bands, sometimes, if you will. And then, after he, asked me to play it, getting back into it, there was a time when I was off and, I'd write poetry zines. So I come in there with like, much more lyrics than is required of me. So I'm able to trim the fat and get some of the, get the lines that stick and, maintain the storyline and, try to make sure that, we have a good vocals as a fourth instrument and not just, barking a message.
Yeah, he writes a lot. Like it's pretty cool. Before we got together with him, one of the things Brett showed me was his poetry zines, and he's got like 3 volumes out now. I think you're working on the 4th, right? Yeah,
in my head.
They're sick. So like I seen those and I was like, oh, dude, this is all amazing lyrics. And so it was kind of a no-brainer to have him involved once I seen that. And then I jammed with him the first time, and his performance and his vocals are ridiculous. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Come on, let's go. So it's been great. He's very humble, but I'm glad to have his lyrics in our stuff because it's cool to see.
It's high praise.
Yeah, and I think the poetry aspect makes sense, because when I was digging through lyrics from like the EPs and stuff like that, like there is definitely that aspect there in the music. So I think that's really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, I love talking about humanity's inherent character flaws and stuff like that. So
we have inherent character flaws?
I'm perfect.
Is it not?
No, not I.
Corey, please, if you're ready.
Oh, actually, you guys just perfectly segued into what I wanted to ask about, which was the lyrics. Because I mean, I don't know if you can tell from the collection behind me, but I am all about reading and whatnot. And I know you guys are influenced a lot by punk and things like that, but your lyrics have a much more inherently dark tone to them. They're much grittier and more visceral. And I was just kind of like, how do you detach after you're done? How do you download after you're done creating these very, very dark lyrics?
Man, what a question. So, I don't know. I just kind of put myself in a place to, write about a topic and just explore it in depth and in a way that's the most impactful, and it just comes from, doing a lot of reading. And just reading and being moved by something and how it is structured, or just different influences, and just trying to write a very emotionally impactful piece of material each time I do it.
And since you love to read a lot, what are your most influential authors?
I really do a lot of I like a lot of the Russian ones, Gogol, Dostoevsky. I just got done working on reading Whitman, though, just Leaves of Grass recently. It was a good camping read.
You can't go wrong with Whitman.
No, can't go wrong with Whitman.
No, not at all. But when it comes to like your emotional like well-being and your mental state, how do you download after you've created these like very visceral lyrics? Meditation
is a wonderful thing. And just being able to decompress and having tools to be able to do that. Even playing the music itself is such a reprieve to be able to just let out, the person that wrote this piece of material and just let him take the reins for a minute. That's really, just meditation and playing are just that reprieve.
And your night mask.
And my night mask.
Your night mask.
Yes. Yeah,
with built-in Bluetooth.
Yeah. I have a night mask when I'm on the road. I just plays.
That's how he really shuts the world out.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to get one of those.
Yeah, I never heard it.
You'll never go back.
And John?
Yeah, if I may, this actually kind of gets in. It's not the same exact subject matter, but it's very, very close. So y'all's debut album is out now, came out this past Friday. There is no right or wrong answer to this because everyone will be different and everything like that. But you two, as the artists, when people listen to Ecocide by Slugcrust, what do you want them to take away from the album?
Ooh. I would, man, that's a good one. So I would just say that I would want to walk away with just feeling being catalyzed for change or being aware of, really it's an album about emotional, physical, and spiritual depravity and its kind of impact on the imposter scene as a whole, just our entire planet, just the things we do that are just, as a result of, our character flaws as a race. So just taking a microscope at those and really just they should walk away with a fearful introspection is what I would say.
And then on the opposite end of that, I just want people to fucking headbang and enjoy it. So yeah.
I love this.
I love it, yeah.
Either existential or just go break stuff. Either way, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just want to let loose and just not think about things, it's the album for you. If you want to really think about things, there's also the album for you. So, I mean,
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Fuck yeah. Corey, would you, I'm for more or less done if you want to ask the important question.
The super important question?
The very
most important question? All right. This is the most important question you will ever be asked in any interview ever. This is career defining.
You gotta answer it.
All right.
What is your favorite dinosaur? And you both have to answer.
Oh shit.
Velociraptor is just chaos.
It's a classic for a reason. It is a classic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick Triceratops because they seem like they sleep a lot, and that seems awesome.
We don't get that one very often, and honestly, I think it is an underrated dinosaur because, I mean, it may eat plants, but it's got those big-ass horns, and it'll fuck shit up.
Triceratops will fuck you up.
Oh, yeah. So that's my choice.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, wait. Did we get to hear y'all's favorite dinosaurs, or have you already done this?
Oh, we get asked it frequently, but sometimes it changes. John, you want to go?
What's today's dinosaur?
Today's dinosaur for me is a T-Rex.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
T-Rex Day.
Yeah, T-Rex Day.
Gonna go listen to some T-Rex after this is done too.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So my dinosaur of the day is a Saurolophus, which is the kind of dinosaur that Ducky was from The Land Before Time.
Nice.
Yep. It's very they're adorable.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I like that. All right, cool.
Fuck yeah.
We all have sick dinosaurs. We can be the Land Before Time.
Mm-hmm.
We could.
With our powers combined.
That was gonna rhyme, and I was like, oh no.
New album called Starleaf.
I'm just doing tons of 90s references.
Tree
here.
Stars.
Captain Planet, Land Before Time. Why not?
Nice.
Jesse, Derick, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to chat with us about the new record and just about music and lyrics and stuff like that. We really appreciate it, y'all.
Yeah, seriously, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate that.
No problem. Mazza just put the link to the album in the chat right now. Ecocide by Slugcrust is available now via Prosthetic Records. Go pick it up, everyone. Jesse,
do
Derick,
it, people. I'm watching y'all. Go pick it up.
You know what you'll do if you don't.
Nobody knows what I'll do because there are never any survivors.
Fuck yeah. Jesse, Derick, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day, y'all. And hopefully we'll see y'all on the road in the short future.